My wife asked me something when we got home from our first Alaska cruise that took me a long time to even stop thinking about. We just finished going through everything we spent on the trip, and well, it was a lot. In fact, it was more than it needed to be as it turned out. And she looked at the number and then looked at me and asked, Evan, was all of that actually worth it? And honestly, a lot of it was. Alaska is everything people say it is. But some of it, well, I wish I could go back and do it completely differently. So I made a list of the things I'd change, and that's exactly what this video is. Now look, I want to be clear about something. Alaska did not disappoint us. In fact, we've been there many times and it's incredible every single time we go. It's still one of the most extraordinary things we've ever done as a family, which is why we keep going back. Between the glaciers, the wildlife, and the scale of everything, there's genuinely nothing else like it. But here's what nobody told us before we went. Alaska is a completely different kind of cruise than what you experienced in the Caribbean, and everything there is expensive. We made almost every mistake you can make the first time we visited, and many of them were really expensive mistakes. So what I've put together for you here are all the things I wasted money on that I really wish I hadn't. The specific things I'd skip, the specific things I do differently, and a few things that surprised even me when I looked back at what we actually spent. So if you're planning an Alaska cruise, this is the video I couldn't find when I needed it. Oh, and if we haven't met yet, I'm Evan from Family at Sea. If this is your first time watching my channel, I'm glad you're here. And if you've been here a while, you already know how much I appreciate you. If you're ready, I am. Let's go. Now, this first one almost got us, but fortunately we pivoted before locking it in, but I think it'll resonate with a lot of you at the surface level because it looks like a great way to save money, not spend too much. But if you've been shopping for Alaska cruises, you've probably noticed that prices drop significantly at the end of the season in late September and early October. But there's a reason those prices drop, and it's not a good one. Alaska's cruise season runs roughly from early May through early October, and the sailings at either end of that window, the first one's out and the last one's back, are a completely different experience than what you see in the brochures. The weather is colder, the daylight hours are shorter, and the one that really got me when I looked into it was that a lot of the shops, restaurants, and excursion operators in the ports are closed, so you're paying to dock in towns that are essentially in off-season mode. You can still save money booking in the shorter seasons and have a great experience. Just make sure it's not the first one or two at the beginning or end of the season, or you'll be spending a lot of money on an incomplete experience. Several cruise lines sell a premium adults-only outdoor deck experience with reserved lounge chairs, dedicated service, and a quieter atmosphere away from the crowds. NCL calls it the Vibe Beach Club, Princess has the Sanctuary, and Holland America has the Retreat. And all of them are incredible in the Caribbean. But Alaska simply isn't the place for them, because instead of laying back and soaking in the sun on your sea days, you'll be bundled up, moving around and pressing yourself against whatever railing has the best view of the glaciers or the wildlife. So the idea of paying a premium for a reserved deck chair in 55-degree weather with wind coming off a fjord is a lot less appealing when you're actually sitting in it. What makes Alaska special isn't what's on the ship anyways, it's what's outside the ship, and you don't need a reserved lounge chair to see it. So save the upgrade for a Caribbean sailing where you'll actually use it. Most people skip travel insurance to save money, but skipping it is actually one of the most expensive decisions you can make on a trip like this. You've already spent thousands of dollars on this vacation, and insurance isn't an extra cost. It's the thing that protects everything you already paid for, so weather delays, missed ports, or medical situations in a remote Alaskan port won't completely wreck your vacation. But not all travel insurance is created equal. A lot of the cruisers make the mistake of just buying it through the cruise line because it's easy, but that's definitely the wrong move. Cruise line insurance is designed to protect the cruise line, not you. Their coverage is narrower, the terms are less flexible, and you can almost always find better protection for less money through an independent provider. And that's exactly why today's video sponsor matters more than ever. Insure My Trip is a travel insurance comparison site, which means instead of being pushed toward one specific plan, they shop your coverage needs out to a variety of different insurance companies, all competing for your business. So you can actually see a wide range of options side by side and choose what fits your needs. You can see the differences in pricing, coverage details, and real customer reviews all at once. which makes it a lot easier to find something that actually gives you strong value instead of just guessing and hoping you pick the right one. Because here's the reality, not all travel insurance is built the same. Some plans may include things like trip delays, misconnections, or medical situations while you're traveling, and well, others don't. And if you're not paying attention, it's really easy to end up with something that doesn't match how you're actually traveling. And with Insure My Trip, not only can you quote, compare, and purchase everything all in one place, if you need help, they also have a fully licensed customer care team that can walk you through your options and help you figure out what actually makes sense for your trip. They've been doing this over 20 years now, and one feature that I really like is their claims assistance. Because if something does go wrong, you're not stuck trying to figure out the entire process all on your own. At the end of the day, this isn't about adding another cost. It's about protecting the money you've already put into your trip instead of letting it go to waste when something doesn't go as planned. If you've got a cruise coming up, or really any kind of travel, I'd at least take a minute just to check it out using the link in the description below. There's no cost to get quotes, and you might just be surprised at how much money you can save. Drink packages are one of the most heavily marketed upsells in cruising, and for Caribbean itineraries they can make a lot of sense. And some cruise lines like NCL even include them in the base fare, and if yours does, great, enjoy it. But if you're being asked to pay extra for one on an Alaska cruise, think carefully before you say yes. Alaska itineraries are port intensive. You're off the ship early, you're out exploring for hours, and by the time you get back, you're tired, and the last thing most people want to do is sit at a bar and drink their way to making a package worth it. The math just doesn't work out the way it does on a Caribbean cruise where you're spending lazy days at sea. So save the money and buy a drink or two when you actually want one and call it a day. Cruise line excursions are one of the biggest money wasters on any cruise, and Alaska is no exception. You're paying a premium for the convenience of booking through the ship, and what you usually get in return is a large group, a rushed itinerary, and an experience that feels more like a conveyor belt than an adventure. Independent operators will give you a better experience for less money, so a little research before you sail goes a long way. Using things like TripAdvisor, local tourism websites, and cruise forums are full of recommendations from people who've already done the legwork. Or honestly, just have a plan and explore on your own. Now, the big fear is always missing the ship. And look, I get it, but it's genuinely an overblown fear. It almost never happens, and the money you'll save booking independently is very real. To book independent, save money, and actually see Alaska the way it deserves to be seen. Speaking of excursions, the White Pass and Yukon Route Railroad in Skagway is one of the most iconic experiences in all of Alaska cruising, and almost everyone wants to do it. But here's the thing most people don't realize. You can book it directly through the railroad's own website for significantly less than what the cruise line charges for the same exact train, same seats, same views, and the same exact experience. This is one of those cases where the cruise line is simply acting as a middleman and charging you for the privilege. There's no added value, no special access, and nothing extra on offer. You're just paying more for the same thing. So go to the White Pass website before your cruise, book it yourself, and pocket the difference. For our family of four, that ended up being more than $300. And in Alaska, where excursion costs add up fast, that's real money back in your pocket. Whale watching is on almost every Alaska cruiser's bucket list, and you'll find it at a variety of different ports. But if your cruise visits Juneau, and most Alaska cruises do, that's hands down where you should choose to do your whale watching excursion, and paying to do one anywhere else is honestly potentially a waste of money. The waters around Juneau are rich feeding grounds, and the concentration of humpbacks there is unlike anything you'll find at any of the other stops on your itinerary, and your odds of a genuinely memorable encounter are significantly higher than you'll find at any other Alaskan port. Booking whale watching at any other port because it fits the schedule better or is slightly cheaper is honestly a waste. Save it for the one stop where it's sure to deliver. Land tours are one of the most incredible ways to experience Alaska, extending your cruise into the interior to see Denali, Fairbanks, and the raw wilderness that most cruisers never reach. But booking that land tour directly through your cruise line is one of the most expensive mistakes you can make. Cruise line land tours are overpriced and overcrowded as you're herded through the experience with dozens of other passengers, paying a premium for the convenience of a one-stop booking. But cruise lines aren't land tour specialists. They're a middleman collecting a margin on every seat. Instead, plan your own travel on land, or if you want somebody to do it for you, book with a company who specializes in Alaska land tours. In fact, I found one recently, alaskatravel.com, who's been absolutely incredible. And look, I've got no financial incentive to share this with you, but they got me into tours that nobody else could, and they saved me money doing it. So reach out to them. I'll put a description for them in the comment below. But Anna there has been absolutely amazing. So I highly recommend giving her a call or sending her an email because it is truly a game changer for Alaska. Look, the final waste on this list hits before you even step on board. It's the money you spend packing for an Alaska trip that doesn't actually require half of what you bought. Alaska has a reputation that sends people in the full survival mode before they even board the ship. So they show up with hiking boots they never lace up, heavy sweaters they never wear, and a bag so heavy it becomes a burden from day one. Then they get to Alaska, do a whale watching excursion and a glacier walk, and come home with half of it still in the bag with the tags on. You don't need to outfit yourself for a backcountry expedition. You need the right layers, the right footwear, and a smart list. Everything else is money you didn't need to spend before the adventure even begins. But the good news, I have a video that walks you through exactly what to pack for an Alaska cruise. Not a generic packing list, but the specific items that actually matter, so you stop wasting your money on gear that just takes up space. So don't stop here, watch that one next, so you know exactly what to pack and what to leave at home. I'll see you over there. If you're ready, I am. Let's go.